Hi guys, welcome to HR Fundas and I am Disha. In today's video, I am going to share a few tips and a few questions if you are preparing for the HR business partner interview. I have already made a video on what an HR business partner is required to do, what are his job responsibilities. So I will put the link of the video in the description box below and you can go and check that out. So let's get started with this one. So the first question can be, which qualities make you a good fit for the HRBP role? So they want to understand what are your specific strengths that make you eligible for this role, or they also want to understand why should we choose you over the other candidates that we have. So you have to highlight the specific highlights of your personality and how they are uh, they are good for the job that you have. So please go through the job description in detail so that you are able to mold your reply and give them what they really want to hear or what they are really looking for. So you can mention things like, I'm able to bring long lasting relationships with the employees, which helps in effective communication. Now it's very important that the HR is well accepted by the employees. Only then whatever you do, whatever policies you make, whatever initiatives you take will be successful. So it's important that you give a lot of stress on building employee relations. I have a strong organizational skill that are needed to carry out HR projects and achieve the desired results. So you should be able to think through, you should be able to frame policies which will help the organization and which will help the employees develop or enhance their skill sets, because then the employees benefit as well as the organization benefits. I also demonstrate strong work ethics. So this goes for each and every employee, but it's more important for the HR people because they are the custodians of all policies, and hence it's extremely important that they follow the HR policies or the organizational policies, and they are good or they rate very high on the work ethics. I have an in-depth knowledge of all HR functions, which helps me to understand how HR function impacts the other departments. So this means that you are well aware of the challenges that the other functions or other departments will face if you fail or if you're not able to carry out your duties and responsibilities well, and if you're not able to give them what is expected from you. Now, the second question can be, what are the biggest challenges in this role and have you encountered any? So this will just give them an insight that you are experienced and you are well aware of what it takes to be good at your role. So this is quite a challenging role because this is HRBP is not a day-to-day HR function. HRBP is required to think strategically, is required to frame policies which have long-lasting impact on the organization and its employees. So please do not quote any day-to-day HR functional activities here or give them examples of leave management or time management or anything which is a day-to-day HR transactional job. So this is always changing because the markets are changing. It's a dynamic workforce. People are evolving, changing. The organizations are changing, the way they think, the way they operate. Everything is changing. Your customers are changing. So you have to keep up with the challenges of the workforce and the challenges of the market. So some of the key challenges can be recruiting the right people. Now, as I said, that it's a dynamic workforce and a dynamic market. So the kind of people that you would require and the skill sets that you would require will keep on changing. So you should be able to recruit the people accordingly, anticipating the skill and training requirements for the future. So maybe your workforce is good enough for today, but what happens 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line? Do you have the required skill sets? If not, how can you develop or how can you hire? So hiring will not be an option always. So you have to simultaneously look at training these employees. Controlling attrition. So this is again a big challenge for all the organizations, all the managers, irrespective of which department they are in. So it is a collective effort. However, it is spearheaded by the HR department. Hence, you need to have some good ideas to control attrition. Managing employee productivity, again a very very important topic in today's scenario, that you have to train the employees, or you have to take them along so that their productivity is good, and that uh, eventually helps the organization in achieving its goals or its targets. Maintaining a positive image of the company. So this is important for all the candidates that apply with you, all your employees who are working with you, and the ex-employees who have left and gone out, because each and every employee talks about the organization. With the social media being so relevant in today's time, it's easy and very convenient for employees or anybody to write negative things about the organization. So only if you give them a good treatment will you be able to build a positive company image. Now, the third one can be, what challenges have you faced in your previous or current role? So here they want to understand the intensity of problems that you have faced, and how strong of a person are you. Are you able to come up with solutions within stipulated timelines, or you're just looking at policies and just thinking about what what your boss would want to hear. So there are a lot of aspects which will involve when the interviewer is asking you this question. So let's see how you can answer. So you can say that you have been instrumental in streamlining systems. So these can be technical systems or procedural systems. Now in certain organizations they are not very tech savvy, and hence there is a lot of manual work required which wastes a lot of time. Although they are able to save some amount of money, but is it worth it? So that is what you can, if you have some examples, you can give them some details so that they know that you what you're talking about is actually what you have done, rather than just making up an answer. Or you can also say that before I joined, there were elaborate processes, there were so many stages of approvals required, but when I got in, I convinced the management to shorten the process so that the decision making becomes easier and the work gets done faster. Now, the second can be organization structure. So here you can talk about employee grades or management buy-in. So now what happens is that in some organizations there are so many grades. There are about 15, 20 grades in the organization. So an employee joins as an assistant, then he moves on to executive, senior executive, then assistant manager, deputy manager, manager. So there are a lot of stages that the employee has to go through before he becomes a manager. Whereas in other organizations or in a lot of startups, the employee can just with 1 year of experience also he can apply as a manager position with a good salary. So these are certain obstructions for the employee's growth as well as the employee motivation. So you can share your ideas or whatever you have experienced or done in your previous roles. You can uh, keep the details ready, and you can share these with your in during your interview. And also the most critical step here is, how did you convince the management? Because it's not the case that whatever you are going to suggest will be happily accepted by the management. Of course they will have their questions and they will have their reservations, and how did you encounter those? So that is something that will make you stand out, and that will give you extra points. Then obviously, how do you retain talent? So I have made some videos on how you can retain employees or your best performers. I will try to put the link in the description box, and you can get some more ideas from there. Now the next one is, what will be your priority in the first 6 months of joining? So they want to know whether you are an independent thinker, or you will need hand holding, and how long will you need or how long will you take to establish yourself on your own or in the organization. So you can, so these are certain things that is I mean, these are very very important, and these are very very obvious that this is what you are going to do. But basically they want you to be on your own at the earliest. So of course they will give you an induction and everything, but then you have to chart out your own plan. So you can say that I will spend the 6 months understanding the organization, including the people, practices, and management. So depending on the size of the organization and the team, you can say you cannot say that you will spend 6 months to 1 year. But yeah, if the team is small, you can say I will take at least a month to understand, and then I will start delivering whatever is expected. Or you can say that I will be understanding the long term and the short term goals of the organization and what is expected from me in this role. So this will help me to identify the process gaps and training requirements for the team. I will also list down the areas that need my urgent attention and action. So you will get started with the things which are really urgent and they should be prioritized. Prepare the HR roadmap for the year. So depending on your observations, you are going to prepare a roadmap that these are the most critical things that need my attention and these are the priority. This is my priority list and I should start working on this list right away, and this is what my deadline is to accomplish these uh, results. Now, the last one can be give me an example of a time when you had to diplomatically handle a bad manager. Now, first of all, they want to understand whether you are able to handle situations or you are just going to be comfortable with the way things are going. Okay, so here you need to understand that they want to check your situation handling abilities and how skilled you are at managing team issues as well as conflicts. So think of some situation that you might have encountered in the past. Will you be able to handle complex situations articulately? So that is very, very important. They don't, I mean, they don't expect you, and you're not in a position to be opening a fight with somebody or maybe blame somebody, but you have to handle like a professional. So what is it that you are going to do? So let's see an example. So one of the teams in our company was facing a high attrition level. Although his team was not happy with him, but they did not want to open up as they feared their job loss. So we conducted a 360-degree feedback for all the managers and assured the teams that their feedback will remain confidential. We were able to get good insights not only for that specific team and manager but also for the organization as a whole. So here they are able to understand that you have your ways in which you can make things work and you can come up with the desired result. And after that, so going one step ahead, you can also tell them that how you are going to implement whatever feedback you have got. So it's not that you are going to fire the manager. You can maybe give him a sit with him and make an improvement plan with him, that this is what your team thinks about you, or this is the general feedback and this is how we would need you to improve. So you can also give them a they give the manager an improvement plan. So if you have some more examples which you have encountered in your work life, then probably you can detail that out and you can give those examples in your interview. So it's always better to give them real life instances because that helps them to understand that you are a well experienced person. So I hope you would like these questions. If there's some more questions that you would want me to answer, please let me know and I will be happy to help. So thank you so much for watching and bye bye.